BBC Hooniverse.
Hello and welcome to this short video. Today we're talking all things BBC Three Rerun. Yes, I'm on about the brand new BBC Rerun that came out last night of the 11th hour. The reason why I call it brand new is purely because it's, if you think of the original reruns, it's so that we can describe the original rerun on BBC Three and the new rerun on BBC Three. Try to say that 10 times on BBC Three. On BBC Three, on BBC Three, on BBC Three, on BBC Three. BBC Three, on BBC Three, on BBC Three, on BBC Three, on BBC Three. It's a tongue twister. That's alright. So, what I want to say is that the continuity wasn't amazing, but it was at least something. And I do sort of see why they're going with Series 5 as their choice of what to air. I think because of Straight Come Dancing currently being on, I think BBC Three are trying to showcase Alex Kingston in Doctor Who. And I don't know if that means that the BBC themselves want Alex Kingston to win her series of Strictly Come Dancing, or as the rest of the world calls it, Dancing with the Stars. I think that they're doing this purely because they want they want Alex Kingston to win, so they showcase her in I'm not too sure how her in being in Doctor Who will help her on the dance floor, like showing reruns of the song. If it is a ploy for people to vote for Alex Kingston to give him the competition and help her win to the final, I don't know how reruns of Series 5 of Doctor Who is going to help at all. I'm not too sure. There isn't a good enough explanation in my mind that would justify that happening in the first place. So I'm a tad bit confused if that is the case. But hopefully it's just because they wanted to go back to their original reasons, because I am in the demographic of BBC Three, but it doesn't work for me. BBC Three is too much reality, not enough drama and comedy. I mean, the comedy they put on there are like Ghosts US. So what I mean by that is that the US version of Ghosts of BBC Three. That's fine. The Traitors, New Zealand, Australia. Are the only two I can think of. Oh, USA. So America, the American version, the USA version. No, the American version, which is the USA version. Australia, the Australian version, and the New Zealand version. So BBC Three do air things that I am interested in, but I sort of, if BBC Four had them, I would have been interested. So it's not really about the channel; it's about the programs themselves. So I do think that they tried to butter up its demographic to try and get more viewers on the channel, because I do think that it's lacking in its own original stuff. Like, if you think of some of the heavy hitters from BBC Three, or some of the biggest comedies in the early 2000s, 9 out of 10 they will have come from BBC Three. So I slightly. I mean, when you think of BBC Three, I tend to think of Matt Smith's era of Doctor Who. They do Doctor Who Unleashed on BBC Three, so I got to hand it to him on that one. But I wasn't old enough to watch Him and Her, and some of the other comedies that were aired on BBC Three at the time, but I was old enough to watch the reruns of Doctor Who and Doctor Who Confidential on BBC Three. So my main memory of BBC Three was Matt Smith's Fist series, because I think that they didn't really, from my recollection, they didn't really rerun much of David Tennant's or Christopher Eccleston's era, because Matt Smith was the latest Doctor at that time. So I'm only ever slightly confused, but I'll leave that confusion with you. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel